Swadika, and thank you for joining us for the evening edition of NBT World Brief right here on NBT and NBT World. You're with me, Tra Tirakausan. Deputy Prime Minister and Higher Education Minister Yochanan Wongsawat has visited flood-hit villages in Nan Province to inspect community recovery. Traveling to Pua District, the minister reviewed local cleanup operations where the removal of accumulated mud and garbage is now over 70% complete. The Deputy Prime Minister inspected the destroyed home of a local whose house was completely washed away by floodwaters and mudslides. He presented a three-dimensional elevated house model engineered for flood safety. He reassured displaced villagers that government and provincial budgets are prepared to fund new home construction. The Deputy Prime Minister also instructed local administrative bodies to remove obstructions from waterways and rapidly repair damaged roads for residents. Meanwhile, Deputy Interior Minister Jaset Taiset visited Pukha Sub-District. He delivered portable generators and essential supplies to families isolated by severed transport links. Interior officials are prioritizing the restoration of basic public utilities to return daily life to normal as quickly as possible. Deputy Minister Jaset thanked all responding agencies and highlighted long-term economic and tourism plans. He encouraged travelers to visit the district once repairs finish to support community livelihoods across Nan Province. The Monetary Policy Committee, or MPC, has voted unanimously to maintain Thailand's benchmark policy rate at 1% as global technology tailwinds struggle to lift broader domestic growth. The committee assessed that artificial intelligence and tech cycles continue to support export manufacturing. However, overall economic expansion remains low, with small enterprises facing structural adjustment hurdles and intense market competition. Headline inflation projections for 2026 and 2027 have softened due to lower global energy prices, while core inflation eased on slower cost pass-through. However, rate setters warn that consumer prices could rise through the first quarter of 2027, driven by El Niño weather patterns and gradual cost pass-through. The Thai baht fluctuated on Middle East tensions and shifting views on U.S. monetary policy, while domestic bond yields remained steady. Total commercial bank lending expanded on demand from large corporations, but loans to small and medium enterprises contracted as lenders maintained tight risk controls. Policymakers emphasized the need to closely track debt repayment capacity among vulnerable households and small businesses in the period ahead. The committee encouraged financial institutions to provide targeted assistance to viable enterprises, concluding that the current 1% rate remains appropriate to support economic recovery while managing inflation risks. Consumer protection officials have closed an online shop in THANI province after finding that condiments sold during live streams were slated for factory destruction. Minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, Supamat Isara Pakdi, directed the Consumer Protection Board to inspect the warehouse alongside public health officers. The minister's advisor, Pradom Chai Bunchweilua, led consumer protection investigators to the shop, which had been previously inspected on August 24th, following public complaints. The business operator had live-streamed sauces and seasonings for 5 to 15 baht, claiming that the items were bought online near their expiration dates. Investigators uncovered multiple violations under the Food Act of 1979 and the Cosmetics Act of 2015. Seized stock included expired food products, unregistered cosmetics, and items lacking Food and Drug Administration approval or Thai language labels. Further investigation confirmed that the original manufacturing companies had designated the entire inventory for destruction rather than consumer resale. Local municipal officers gave the business operator 7 days to rectify violations, warning that the shop cannot reopen without meeting legal health standards. Authorities urge the public to report unsafe goods through the Food and Drug Administration hotline, which is 1556, or the Consumer Protection Board hotline, which is 1166. Young filmmakers have been recognized at the Proud Thai Short Film Competition, a platform for university students and young creators to tell stories about arts, cultural heritage, and local traditions. Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul presided over the awards ceremony, which was organized by the Office of the Prime Minister's Permanent Secretary. This year, 79 youth teams submitted entries from across the country. 15 finalist groups completed specialized training workshops in cinema, history, and archaeology before shooting their original films on location. Judges reviewed the final submissions and selected 5 winning teams. The first-place winner received a 100,000 baht scholarship, a commemorative trophy, and an official certificate of achievement. All participants have been commended and were urged to use their filmmaking experience to develop future creative projects. All 5 winning teams will now enter an intensive coaching program to refine their films before entering international competitions in late September. Officials emphasize that the project serves as a key mechanism to promote Thai identity and young creative storytelling across global media markets. And that wraps up our evening edition of NBT World Brief. For more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, Sawasdee ka.